What do you do when the person you believed was your forever suddenly decides you're not enough? That was the question Ethan Harper wrestled with on a frosty Friday evening, staring at the untouched dinner for two he had painstakingly prepared. The candlelight danced mockingly, casting shadows over the lasagna that had gone cold. Across from him, the seat remained empty. Vanessa, his striking, sophisticated girlfriend, was late again. But this time, something gnawed at him, whispering that this was more than just another busy night. When Vanessa finally arrived, the sharp rhythm of her high heels echoed through the apartment. She didn't offer an apology, didn't even acknowledge the meal waiting for her. Instead, she tossed her designer bag onto the couch and exhaled dramatically. "Ethan, we need to talk." His stomach twisted. That phrase had never brought good news. "What is it, Vanessa?" he asked, masking his unease. She flipped her hair back, her expression unreadable. "You're a great guy, Ethan, but I need more. You're predictable. And honestly, I don't think this is the life I want." For a moment, Ethan just stared at her, his mind refusing to process the words. "I've given you everything, Vanessa. What else do you want?" "It's not enough," she said flatly. "I need someone who can keep up with me." And just like that, she turned and walked out. The door closed behind her, leaving nothing but the scent of expensive perfume and the hollow ache in Ethan's chest. A gentle light in the darkness. For days, the silence in Ethan's apartment was deafening. The space, once filled with Vanessa's laughter, felt like a shell, cold, empty, abandoned. But amid the suffocating loneliness, a quiet presence began to shine through. Maria Lopez had worked as his housekeeper for over a year, a woman with an easy smile and a warmth that could soften even the harshest days. She noticed the shift in him, the vacant stares, the untouched meals. So, without a word, she started leaving small notes on the kitchen counter, little messages of encouragement. She made his coffee the way he liked it, with a sprinkle of cinnamon on top. It was nothing grand, just tiny gestures. But slowly, piece by piece, they started gluing his fractured heart back together. One afternoon, Ethan arrived home earlier than usual and found Maria humming a tune as she wiped down the counters. The scent of freshly baked cookies filled the air. For the first time in weeks, Ethan smiled. "You're always so cheerful," he said, leaning against the doorway. "How do you do it?" Maria paused, then shrugged. "Life isn't easy, Mr. Harper. But happiness? That's in the little things, family, health, and, well, cookies." She held up a tray, grinning. Ethan chuckled, the heaviness in his chest lifting slightly. "You're amazing, Maria." "Really?" A love that took him by surprise. Conversations stretched longer. Mornings no longer felt empty. Ethan learned of Maria's dreams, her struggles, the sacrifices she made to support her younger brother. Her resilience, her unwavering optimism, it was magnetic. One evening, as they sat on the balcony, Ethan found himself saying something he never expected. "Maria, you're the most genuine person I've ever known. You see me for who I am, not for what I have. Would you go out with me?" Maria's eyes widened. "Mr. Harper, are you joking?" "I'm serious," he said, voice steady. "I know it sounds crazy, but I've never felt this way before." Maria hesitated, then let out a soft laugh. "All right. But only if you stop calling me Mr. Harper." "It's Ethan." Their first date was nothing extravagant, just a simple walk in the park, ice cream in hand. Yet to Ethan, it felt like the most magical evening of his life. With every shared story, every burst of Maria's infectious laughter, he realized something profound: he had spent years chasing the wrong kind of love. Weeks turned into months, and their bond only deepened. One evening, under the soft glow of fairy lights on the balcony, Ethan pulled out a small box. Inside was a delicate ring, simple yet elegant, just like Maria. "Maria Lopez," he said, voice thick with emotion, "will you marry me?" Tears welled in Maria's eyes. "Yes, Ethan." 1,000 times, yes. The one who came back too late. News of Ethan's engagement spread fast. Some friends were surprised. Others, genuinely happy for him. One person, however, was less than thrilled. Vanessa. She showed up unannounced one evening, standing at his doorstep with an all-too-familiar pout. "Ethan, can we talk?" she asked, batting her lashes. Ethan remained composed. "What do you want, Vanessa?" She sighed, voice softer now. "I made a mistake. Leaving you, it was the worst decision of my life. I want us to try again." Before Ethan could respond, Maria entered the room, a basket of laundry in her hands. Vanessa's eyes widened in disbelief. "Seriously, Ethan? Her? She's not even in your league." Ethan's voice was steady, but there was no mistaking the steel in his tone. "You're right, Vanessa. She's not in my league. She's in a league far above yours." Vanessa's face turned crimson, but before she could retaliate, Maria simply smiled. "Miss Vanessa," she said kindly, "I don't know why you're here, but Ethan has moved on. Maybe it's time you did, too." Vanessa stormed out, her footsteps sharp with frustration. The moment the door shut behind her, Ethan and Maria exchanged glances, then burst into laughter. A love that needed no status. Their wedding was intimate, filled with warmth and sincerity. It wasn't the grand affair Vanessa might have dreamed of, but it was perfect. Ethan, at last, felt at peace. Maria, overwhelmed with joy, still found it hard to believe her luck. Together, they proved that love isn't about wealth, status, or appearances. It's about finding someone who sees your true worth. And as for Vanessa? Well, she became nothing more than a distant memory, proof that not everything that glitters is gold.